Hey, welcome back. So recently did a kind of an initial first look at the Mora Bowl, a unique knife. And I'm going to do a similar thing today. This is just going to be an initial look at the Mora ELDRIS. And then I'll do a more in-depth review after I've had an opportunity to use them more. This is intended as a fishing knife, general camp knife. That's how I'm going to use it. And same with this. I'm probably going to turn this into a neck knife. I will show you how to tie a piece of paracord with a breakaway knot in it, so that you don't hurt yourself by tying a piece of paracord around your neck. So we'll do that today as well. I did carry this for a week. I went on a trip and just carried this as a pocket dropper, and it worked really well as a pocket dropper. So I've used it a little bit. Just for light tasks. I haven't really hard used it, but we'll take a closer look. I'll show you how it comes to you, and then later on, after I've used it for a while, I'll do a more in-depth review. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, here's the box it came in. Ignore the hole, I did that. But the picture is exactly the size of the knife. And let's look at the specs. So it's stainless steel. This is the Sandvik stainless, I'm pretty sure. 2.3 inch blade overall. That's 59 millimeters. 5.6 inches overall length of the whole knife. And that is 143 millimeters. Blade thickness is 0.08 inches or 2 millimeters. So a little less than 1/10 of an inch. And it's 2.8 ounces, 80 grams. It is pocket size. I've carried it in my pocket all week. And you can use it with a fire starter, so it's got a 90-degree spine. So good for scraping wood or anything you want to scrape or strike. It's got a really sharp spine on it. So if you put your thumb on there, you can feel it. I've got pretty tough thumbs, so it doesn't bother me, but I do like that it has a 90-degree spine. It's a drop point, slight drop point, so a clip point. So it starts dropping, about right there. It's got this funky compound grind on it. So it's a Scandinavian grind all the way, but they've taken out a little bit of material here to make it a little more slicey, and I'm sure it is. Same thing with the cans ball, only more extreme. So these two share a lot of the same DNA, and we'll go over some of the similarities as well. But this has got that compound grind, and this has got a little bit of that compound grind going too. They make what they're calling the lightweight or light duty. I don't know why, just because they needed another name. That doesn't have this compound grind. It's just a full Scandi all the way to the end. A really good looking blade. The grinds, you can tell the grind marks that way, so you get kind of a neat effect there. And I'm sure they're grinding on a belt when they got down to this point, and you can tell the direction the belt was turning. So really neat. I like that. Same with the cans ball. Get kind of a satin finish, and then this kind of belt ground finish there. So very nice. I showed this on the other one, but they rounded the tip a little bit on the cans bowl. Not bad, but if you look really closely there, you can see it. And let's see how they did on this. They did really good on this one. So a very fine tip, and they did not round it over. So they did a great job on this one. And you look at the tips. I mean, this tip is fine, but you can tell that they a little bit of a goof on the end. You want to be able to notice that after I've sharpened it for a time or two. This came, of course, scary sharp, which all Moras do. This is I've owned 2 companions and 2 511s, so I guess this would make my 5th and now 6th Mora. And I talked about that in my my other video. The retention on this is excellent. So it's not going to come out. They sell a retaining strap. They sell another version of this that has a retaining strap and a little ferro rod on a lanyard that I just didn't feel was worth the money for me. It may be for you, but not for me. I'm not a big fan of putting ferro rods on a knife. I don't start that many fires. And I've got a, really big Gobspark Armageddon Gobspark. I can't remember, but it's huge. And it costs the same amount as that little, dinky one. So I didn't get that. I just got the knife. And I got that because the retention was so good on this. I didn't think I would need it, even as a neck knife. Because this ain't coming out. And this ain't coming out. Unless you do something really crazy, it ain't coming out. And the reason it ain't coming out is this little diamond divot in the handle matches up with these notches here. And on the other side as well. So it snaps in there. And you can put it in right or left. So no matter if you're a righty or a lefty or a switch hitter, it'll go in there. Also, the belt clip on this, which is really on there, will also mate up with this. It snaps into place. So you could wear this as a belt knife. And I may do that. You can buy this separate as well. Although I kind of like the green and the yellow. This yellow is not a bright yellow. It's kind of a mustard. And it's two-tone. Like the outer part of the handle is a darker mustard color. And this is more of a yellow mustard color. That's a very attractive knife. Feels the hand pretty well. I wear a large glove. I would say I've got a medium hand, but I do prefer a large glove. And that fits good. Pinky's hanging off just a tad, but yeah, for a neck knife, that's fine. And this is kind of a rubbery grip to it. This is more plasticky, this middle part, and this is more rubbery of a feel. It's very grippy. I like it. And it's very controllable. I like to put my thumb behind my cuts for push cuts, and you could do that really well with this. Like I said, I've been carrying it as a pocket dropper. It's a little thick for a pocket dropper, but it's really smooth, and it's not any thicker than my Swiss Champ. Probably, well, maybe a tiny, no, it's about the same width as a Swiss Champ. So if you've got a Swiss Champ, or really any, if you hold it in this direction, that would give you kind of an idea. So if you have a Swiss Army knife, turn it sideways, and that will give you kind of an idea of the thickness. And if you have a Swiss Champ, which you should, everybody should own a Swiss Champ. It is about similar in width that way. So not bad in the pocket. It's very streamlined and fit in really well. So I think if I were going to use it as a pocket dropper, I would like to have a thumb ramp to push that off with. So that would be room for improvement. Put a lanyard on here and have some kind of thumb ramp on there. So Mora, if you're listening, of course they'd have to do it on both sides because this is ambidextrous. So maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. What else? It's got drain holes and also holes for the lanyard. And we'll put a lanyard on it. And I like it. So far, I like it. Okay, here's how to tie a breakaway lanyard for your neck knife. And this is from Mora's instructions on how to do this. So this is what Mora suggests to do. So cut the length of paracord that you want and burn the edges, melt the edges, and then stick it through here. Come all the way out the bottom and then go back in. That's going to be a lot easier than trying to feed it across here because they're not exactly parallel or in line. And let's see if we can get it first time. Doubt it. Where is it? Ah, got it. Now I like to leave my knot more, I don't want it right on the back of my neck. That kind of irritates me. So, of course you can move it after you get it tied, but after I get this tied, I will leave it kind of off center a little bit. And then I just do an overhand knot, really simple. I'm doing this through a viewfinder. And then take the other end and just make a little bite. I don't stick this end through here because after you've melted that, there's a there's a rough edge there, and that's going to hang up. Also, don't put a great big loop through there because then it's going to take more force to break it loose. So just do like that, do like that, and then tighten it down on there. And now it will break loose. And the tighter you do your overhand knot on this bite, the more force it's going to take to pull it loose. So that's kind of up to you. But don't stick too much through there, and don't get it too awful tight. Let's see. And I need to burn that edge again. Didn't do too good a job and it came loose. Just get it really tight. There you go. So it's going to hold like that, but if you put enough force on it, less than your body weight, it's going to come loose. There we go. I would have probably been more excited, I guess, blown away if I hadn't got this first. But I was still kind of really excited about this, and then I got this. And even though I like this, and these are totally different knives, but even though I like this, I was just so blown away by this that this was kind of yeah, this is great. And I was like, I'm still thinking about this, just how much I like the Cans ball. This is a great knife. Totally different, but great. So I'm not saying that I wasn't excited when I got this, I was, but I don't know, just getting the two so close together, it was like, yeah, this is great, but this is really, really great. So I don't know, totally different knives though, so not I don't even know what I'm saying. You may know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. So yeah, I like it. I'm really excited about it. I am, but that kind of lessened my excitement because I was already really excited about that. And I think this will make a great neck knife for some use cases, for camping, for hiking. Since it is kind of thick, I think for like an everyday urban carry neck knife, not the best choice. You'd probably choose something that's flat that you can get underneath a shirt. It's not going to draw attention. But if you're you have your camp set up and you're just doing camp chores and being able to just pull that out, and cut something and put it right back, this is nice. Excellent. And I do like that you could belt carry it if you wanted to. And I might do that. I think I'm going to try that. And then if I like it, I'll just order another belt loop for this. But mostly pocket carry, or stuff it down into my backpack, which is probably where it will live most of the time, or neck carry, pocket carry, or backpack carry. All right, I'll do a more in-depth review. I'll put links in the description, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.